For economics, first of all, when doing the chapter cost. First of all, the definition of cost is there. Cost is the total expenditure incurred in producing a commodity, and it is also known as economics cost, and it also includes explicit and implicit cost. Explicit cost, this is the cost which you producer used to pay to outsider, and implicit cost is it is not to pay to be anyone, and it is estimated cost, and it is also known as imputed value of cost and opportunity cost. Why it is known as opportunity cost? Because in implicit cost, basically it is not paid to anyone. That, for example, entrepreneur is there and he is providing services over there, and then he is not to be paid for this. He is doing all the services for running the business, and he is investing capital, and interest is suppose he is not getting on that capital. Rent of his own land he is not getting. So all these costs which is not basically not paid to anyone else, that is implicit cost, and all these implicit costs must be included for the cost of production. So explicit and implicit cost both included. Here you have to write all that, and then accounting cost is given over there. Accounting cost is the cost basically which is given to the outsider. That is accounting cost. Now the difference between implicit and explicit cost. Explicit cost is the payment made to outsider. Implicit cost is the payment made to no one, but that is the cost of self-owned factor. Now explicit cost, basically that is the actual payment made for buying and hiring the product, and implicit cost, basically this is the cost, this is the value, imputed value of the factor of production. So that is the factor owned by the entrepreneur himself, that is the imputed value of this cost. Now payment of wages, rent, insurance, that is all explicit cost, and implicit cost is the basically interest on capital and rent of own land. So that is not paid to anyone in this case. Now the cost function. What is cost function? Cost function is a functional relationship between input and output. Cost function is the relation between output and cost. And what was the production function? That was the relation between the input and output. Here the cost function is there, where you are discussing the relation between output and cost. So this is known as that is the quantity of output. Q is the quantity of output here, and C is the cost of production. Function relationship, quantity of output is having a relationship with the cost. Now opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is the cost of next best alternative. So a next best alternative is given, is basically not paid to anyone. The resources you are using, this is the opportunity cost of that use is the next best alternative, or the cost of next best alternative which you might have been using if you have chosen that, but always best has been chosen, and the opportunity cost of best is next best alternative. So now there is a short run cost. Short run means where you can just increase the variable factor, fixed factor are constant. Short run cost is of two types, fixed cost and variable cost. Now fixed cost, total fixed cost and fixed cost one and the same thing. Fixed cost refers to those costs which do not vary directly with the level of output. They remain fixed. These are the names of fixed cost: supplementary cost, overhead cost, indirect cost, and general cost, unavoidable cost. You have to learn all these names. Now this is the table and diagram for fixed cost. Output has been increasing 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here total fixed cost, that is remain constant, and this is the total fixed cost. Output, here you have to show the fixed cost. As you can see, total fixed cost is parallel to x-axis, and this is starting from the intercept. This is the intercept of y-axis, and total fixed cost remain constant at all level of output. It is even constant at 0 level of output. This is the main behavior of total fixed cost curve. So here you will show that from 1 to 5 fixed cost remain constant, that is 12, and you have to write down all these features of total fixed cost curve. Here one thing more, total fixed cost is basically on the machinery, fixed and land, building, all these known as the fixed cost. And these the payment to these factor remain fixed whether level of output increases or decreases or becomes 0. So this is the cost incurred on fixed factor, and these are the fixed factor given over there: land, building, machinery. So here a depreciation, all these can known as the fixed cost. Depreciation means decrease in the value of, you know that whenever you purchase a machinery, the value is not same up to till the end of the year. So value of the machinery vary. So there is a decrease in the value of machinery. Suppose you are purchasing machinery 1 lakh at the beginning of the year, and at the end of the year it will not remain as 1 lakh. Definitely there is a decrease in the value of asset, and that decrease is known as depreciation, and depreciation is also known as fixed cost. Now we are discussing average fixed cost. So total fixed cost we have discussed. Now average fixed cost, that is given on the 6.7 page. This is the output, that is the total fixed cost. Now how you will calculate the average fixed cost? Total fixed cost divided by output. Here you have the average fixed cost, 0 divided by 12, that will get infinity. Infinity you cannot show in the diagram. And how you will make the diagram? This is the diagram of average fixed cost, like from 1 to 5 level of output, average fixed cost is continuously falling, and the shape is rectangular hyperbola, that is known as rectangular hyperbola, because area under curve remain same at all the points. Like if you make the rectangle like this, if you make the rectangle like this over there and this over like this over there, then you will definitely, if you will make the rectangle like this, then definitely at area of all rectangle you will get the same total fixed cost, because for getting the area of rectangle you have to, what you have to do, length into breadth. This is the area of rectangle. Length is known as basically average fixed cost and breadth is known as output. They both will be multiplied and you will get the total fixed cost. Fine here. Now this is known as average fixed cost. It is a rectangular hyperbola because area under all the rectangle is same. How you will get the area? Length into breadth. So average fixed cost multiplied by output, you will get the total fixed cost here. That is total fixed cost, and that is remains same at all level of output. So that curve is known as rectangular hyperbola, where you are getting the total fixed cost remain constant, or area is constant at all level of output, and that is known as rectangular hyperbola. Done? Now here average fixed cost is then that is known as average fixed cost curve. So basically it is not touching any axis. You will see that that is continuously falling and never touches any axis. So it will not be zero. Because why it not be zero? Because here you will use the formula. Formula is total fixed cost divided by output, and total fixed cost cannot be zero and output will be increasing. So here average fixed cost will always decreasing, but never touches x-axis, because it will never be zero, because total fixed cost is constant. Here you have to write like this. So that is a rectangular hyperbola, not touches any axis, x-axis or y-axis, and that is continuously falling. Fine. Now next is average variable cost. Before that you have to understand the variable cost. So this is the variable cost. Cost incurred for variable factor of production. As you know that in short run there are the factor fixed and variable both. So output is this, that is continuously increasing. Now total variable cost. Total variable cost, how you will do the total variable cost over there? For that you have to calculate the marginal cost first, before taking for the total variable cost. What is marginal cost? That is the addition in total variable cost due to change in output. For example, at zero level of output there is a marginal cost, no marginal cost, and for first level of output 6 rupees has been spent for variable factor, and then 4 rupees has been spent for variable factor, then 5 rupees has been spent for variable factor, then there is a 9 rupees has been spent, then there is a 11 rupees has been spent. This trend you have to make, and after that you can calculate total variable cost. See the trend. First I have decreased the marginal cost, then increase the marginal cost. This is the trend of marginal cost as per the law of variable proportion. पहले मार्जिनल कॉस्ट को घटाओगे फिर बढ़ाओगे. तुम यहाँ पर 5, यहाँ पर 5 लिख सकते हो, फिर उसके बाद 3 लिख सकते हो, फिर 2 लिख सकते हो, फिर उससे बड़ा रकम लिख सकते हो. इस तरह से पहले तुम इसको डिक्रीज़ करोगे, फिर तुम इसको इंक्रीज़ करोगे. ये मार्जिनल कॉस्ट होता है यू शेप. मार्जिनल कॉस्ट का मतलब चेंज इन टोटल वेरिएबल कॉस्ट विद द चेंज इन लेवल ऑफ आउटपुट. ठीक है. तो अब यहाँ पर 6 है, 6 आ गया. सेकेंड का टोटल वेरिएबल कॉस्ट कितना आएगा? 6 + 4 10. थर्ड का 10 + 5 15. थर्ड का 15 + 9 24. 24 + 11 35. तो ये है मार्जिनल कॉस्ट. फर्स्ट यू हैव टू कैलकुलेट मार्जिनल कॉस्ट, उसके बाद टोटल वेरिएबल कॉस्ट मार्जिनल कॉस्ट से निकलेगी. इसने बुक में डायरेक्ट ले रखा है, लेकिन आप इसके बिना नहीं टोटल वेरिएबल कॉस्ट सेट कर सकते. ठीक है. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ये क्या है? इन दोनों के बीच का डिफरेंस है. इन दोनों के बीच का डिफरेंस है बेसिकली. एक तरह से क्यूमुलेटिव हो गया, एक तरह से फ्रीक्वेंसी हो गई तुम्हारी. ठीक है. दैट इज़ नोन एज मार्जिनल कॉस्ट. व्हाट इज मार्जिनल कॉस्ट? दैट इज एडिशन इन टोटल वेरिएबल कॉस्ट और टोटल कॉस्ट विद द चेंज इन लेवल ऑफ आउटपुट. आप टोटल वेरिएबल कॉस्ट को बनाओगे. 0 पे 0 है, फर्स्ट पे 6 है, देन 2 पे 10, 3 15, 4 24, 5 35. इस तरह से ये इस तरह की शेप आएगी. ये एक तरह से एस शेप आएगी, इन्वर्टेड एस शेप. और टोटल वेरिएबल कॉस्ट फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इनिशियली इंक्रीजिंग एट डिमिनिशिंग रेट, देन इंक्रीजिंग एट इंक्रीजिंग रेट. यहाँ तक ये डिमिनिशिंग रेट से बढ़ रहा है. यहाँ तक बढ़ रहा है डिमिनिशिंग रेट से 6 4 5. यानी कि थर्ड यूनिट ऑफ आउटपुट तक। उसके बाद ये किस रेट से बढ़ रहा है, इंक्रीजिंग रेट से। यहाँ पर ये डिक्रीजिंग रेट से बढ़ रहा है और यहाँ पर ये इंक्रीजिंग रेट से बढ़ रहा है। इसकी दो शेप हैं, इसके दो पार्ट हैं, देखो 6, 4, 5। थर्ड तक तो ये डिमिनिशिंग रेट से बढ़ रहा है, उसके बाद ये इंक्रीजिंग रेट से बढ़ रहा है, ये देखो, ठीक है। ये ऐसे बनाओगे तो आप बताओगे इसमें ऐसे इन्वर्टेड एस शेप है, इनिशियली इट इज़ इंक्रीजिंग एट डिक्रीजिंग रेट, देन इट इज़ इंक्रीजिंग एट इंक्रीजिंग रेट। ये टोटल वेरिएबल कॉस्ट के बिहेवियर है, ठीक है। इन्वर्टेड एस शेप है इसकी, ठीक है। एंड टोटल वेरिएबल कॉस्ट यू आर कैलकुलेटिंग फ्रॉम मार्जिनल कॉस्ट, ठीक है। इस तरह से इसको करोगे। इसके भी नेम है वेरिएबल कॉस्ट के भी, डायरेक्ट कॉस्ट, प्राइम कॉस्ट, अवॉइडेबल कॉस्ट, फाइन। नाउ एवरेज वेरिएबल कॉस्ट। Now average variable cost is the per unit variable cost of the production. So that is to be calculated. Total variable cost is divided by unit of output. How you calculate the average fixed cost? Total fixed cost divided by the unit of output. Now you will calculate average variable cost, total variable cost divided by unit of output. So here total variable cost has been there. You have to calculate total variable cost with the help of marginal cost always. And now total variable cost is divided by output. Here you will get the average variable cost by dividing it. 6 divided by 1, 10 divided by 2. And here I have to draw average variable cost. Average variable cost is taking the shape of U shape. It is U shape. If you are drawing average variable cost, like output is on x-axis and on y-axis average variable cost, it will be U shape. And here what is this shape indicate? That initially it is decreasing, then it is increasing. But this you have to write down over there. And all these costs is due to law of variable proportion. Fine. Now here is the total cost. Total cost is the summation of total variable cost and total fixed cost. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 output, total fixed cost, and then total variable cost. Total variable cost you have to calculate. Again I tell you that you have to calculate with marginal cost, as I just told you. Then you have to sum up all these total fixed cost plus total variable cost, then you will get the total cost. Like first level of output you will get the total cost 12, then 18, 12 plus 6, then 22, then 27, 36, 47 by adding up these two. Now if you want to draw all these two curves under one diagram, output, total cost, total variable, total fixed cost. This is the total fixed cost 12 at out level of output. Total variable cost starting from the 0, because at 0 it is 0, and total cost at 0 level of output, total cost is 12, because at 0 level of output total cost is 12 plus 0, that will be 12. So it will be started, total cost will be started from the intercept of y-axis. And likewise it will go like this, and the same behavior they both are having. Initially they will increase, initially they were increasing at decreasing rate, then they is increasing at diminishing rate. As you can see, the shape of both the curve is same. So ये S shape, inverted S shape, this is also inverted S shape, ठीक है। Because why total cost and total variable cost is having the same behavior? Because total fixed cost is constant. So who is changing the behavior of total cost? Only total variable cost. So the behavior of total variable cost will be the same as the behavior of टोटल कॉस्ट। दोनों का बिहेवियर सेम रहेगा, क्योंकि टोटल फिक्स कॉस्ट तो कांस्टेंट है। तो टोटल वेरिएबल कॉस्ट का बिहेवियर क्या है? इनिशियली डिमिनिशिंग रेट से बढ़ती है, फिर इंक्रीजिंग। टोटल कॉस्ट का भी ये रहेगा, इनिशियली डिमिनिशिंग रेट से बढ़ेगी और फिर इंक्रीजिंग रेट से। इस तरह से आप इसको डिफाइन करोगे, ठीक है।